Hello and welcome to a Warframe video. I'm here in this video going to fight against the Sedna boss. Now the Sedna boss is called Kela the Thumb or Thaym, I don't know how you pronounce that, and is yeah, it's a bit weird. She's been a little bit different since they changed her since the Rathuum event. And yeah, so in order to be able to fight her, you have to first, as you can see on screen, do an arena. Now, I am, of course, this is pre-recorded footage, so I'm just basically talking over, trying to explain what I'm actually trying to do, and just what's happening, and what you have to do if you want to beat the boss itself. Now, why we want to beat the boss? Well, the boss is a Sedna boss. I don't know if you no longer unlock planets by defeating bosses, although you just need to unlock junctions. And well, some of the junctions require you to beat a boss, so at least once. So I guess, yeah, it does make progress. And of course, defeating the Sedna boss also gets you Saren's parts, regular Saren's parts, and Saren or whatever. And yeah, I mean, if you want to build Saren, or if you want to build Chroma, whose systems require Saren systems, yeah, you will need to defeat at least the boss enough to acquire those parts. Right now, what I'm actually doing is I'm doing an arena. The only way to get to Kela the Thumb is if you have Justice Points. To get Justice Points, you need to do arena battles. And these are the arena battles. Now, the arena battles are not to be mistaken for the Conclave. Conclave is the PvP version of the game itself. The arenas, on the other hand, that exist in Sedna are, well, they are more a co-op versus AI play thing. And yeah, you can pretty much play them either by yourself or with a group of people. I'm actually here. I just joined a random group of people that I just happened to find, and you know that makes easier. I have chosen Trinity for this particular mode, and I basically choose her in. Well, every time I played an arena, I always choose Trinity because she absolutely just, well, she wrecks pretty well. I say she wrecks pretty well. That doesn't make sense, but yeah, she's pretty good in arena. I can just, as long as I acquire energy, I'll just use my energy siphon, acquire as much energy as possible. Every enemy can be used for acquiring energy. I can use my blessing for healing or healing my allies. I can also use link to reduce damage, and also use the particles to find out where my enemies are. Although in a group team, my priority is to give energy to my allies to allow them to use their powers and to just keep them in up health, while at the same time keeping myself alive. So I don't really pay much attention in this particular game since I actually had a group of people, so I could have easily just, I just support and yeah, everything is fine. So as soon as you defeat the what's it called, the arena, you have to you basically acquire a specific amount of justice points for every arena. There are multiple arenas. I believe there is a level 40, um, a level 60, and a level 80. So you beat them, you get justice points, and then it's off to Kela the Thumb once you have 100 justice points. So here I'm prepping to fight the boss, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to join a group. So in order to make sure that I do win, I choose, of course, Valkyr or Valkyr Prime, and yeah. So I pick Valkyr and I go to fight the boss, of course. So 100 out of 100 justice points. Once you beat Kela the Thumb, you also get 50 justice points to be had. So all it takes is fighting an arena, depending on what difficulty arena you go to. You fight the arena a couple of times and you're off again to beat the boss. So it's not as bad as as some people might think. It doesn't take that long to fight the boss. So here I joined into the game. I've joined a random group, and well, I found the group, so why not just roll with it. And yeah, since I'm joined into a group, obviously I'll take the tanking role as Valkyr. And the first thing you want to do to a boss is just ignore all the enemies and just head straight for the boss himself, because that's pretty much what you're going to be fighting. And there's no point in wasting anything there's no point in wasting time to just fight the regular enemies as they just spawn endlessly, and they just, they seem to be just an annoyance. Because what you really need to fight is the boss. I guess fighting them and killing them for a chance to acquire energy is very useful, although I do have energy supplies, so it doesn't really bother that much. So I'm just waiting for my teammates to come. You need, depending on how many people there are, you need all of them to basically, sit on those 4 lines. So I'm just waiting for everyone to join there, and I'm also waiting for the proper opportunity to use one of those. An energy supply. So in order to acquire my energy, max it up so I can use Hysteria as soon as the fight begins. So I leave it until I'm actually just enough full. This guy is trying to glitch the thing over by becoming an operator. That's something I actually did myself, and I actually showed someone else back when we were doing the challenge rooms on Lua. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna work here because it's kind of a boss battle. So yeah, you have to basically just jump on those things, memorize what you have to do, destroy the indicators as they come up, and yeah, that's it. You're off. You're up into the battle. A small little cinematic here with Kela the Thaym. And yeah, you begin. And I'm somehow glitched under the floor for some reason. So I activate Hysteria immediately, and I just go in directly for the kill. And I try to take as much damage as I can. I try to divert as much damage as I can to me. She does occasionally shoot missiles all over the place. Now those missiles do some pretty decent damage on you, so you might want to avoid them. Thankfully, thanks to Hysteria and a very good build, I can stay in Hysteria for a decent amount of time, and yeah, I'm just basically wrecking her until she goes up to her point where she's invulnerable. Here, you have to do something specific in order to draw her back out. So it's kind of like a stage battle. It's kind of like a classic, boss battle where you have to do something to reduce their health, and they do something like a cinematic that they actually fight you back. You have to dodge and stuff. So here we're dodging orbital strikes, and there is an orbital strike happening every 14 to 12 seconds. And what you have to do is you have to step on the panels and basically shoot the indicators, as you can see here. As soon as you shoot all of them, and basically you have to shoot them all as well. So every person is to shoot his portal. Each player steps on one of those pedestals and activates those things, and then you have to just shoot them. Now, obviously, if you don't shoot them in time, an orbital strike is initiated, and you have to just go around and dodge the best you can. Don't bother, if somebody falls down, don't bother reviving them until the orbital strike is actually finished. Now, I've noticed that my teammates are already reviving my allies. There's no point in, adding more. I just need to finish the quest itself, and I succeed. And now the battle can move on to the second stage, where you have to fight her again. So activate Hysteria as soon as she drops in, because as soon as she drops, she actually does an AoE that will knock you down. And so you gotta be, well, it kind of prevents you from dealing damage when you want to do damage. When you want to be doing damage at all times. Here she's just basically grappling hooking all over the place. I mean, I could play with her and use my Valkyrie's rip line and just grapple along with her, but it seems pointless. I just want to focus on where she's going to be when she's going to be on solid ground, so I can start basically wrecking her with my Hysteria. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing some very decent damage, trying to, tell where she's going to be, where she's going to jump to. I do know my allies are also like taking the opportunity to do some damage as well. And yeah, after you defeat her the second time, another orbital strike begins, and it's pretty much the same thing. So it's basically a pattern. Once you get used to it, it's easy to understand. And yeah, it's basically like a classic boss where you just learn the patterns, and that's about it. You just do it. Every time these spinny rooney things will actually spin faster every time you hit a target. So you want to shoot them all, and now here I'm waiting for all my teammates to do the same thing. Someone was not doing the things, and yeah, an orbital strike was initiated. How effectively you can do those, or your teammates can do those, depends on their aim and how if they know what they're doing. And obviously we need all 4 people to know what they're doing and to have a quick aim and a good gun that actually has an aim. If you're using a shotgun, that might not be very, if it has too much spread damage, it might not be that effective. Or if you're using a Synoid similar, you're going to want to switch to something that actually has a decent long range, like maybe a pistol, maybe a Lex, so you can actually hit the targets, because yeah, you need something that actually, hits the targets. Although I have never actually tried hitting them with a Synoid similar, I have to admit. I never tried playing as Mirage, especially if I actually have done a solo, because, obviously I can basically defeat a boss with Valkyr and use her as well to support my teammates by tanking. So I don't think I've fought Kela the Thumb without Valkyr. Maybe I have fought her with Nyx using a Simulate. So, and I've been able to take some very decent amount of damage with Nyx, so I guess that works as well. But yeah, here we have defeated the boss. We finally defeated the boss the 3rd time, it's the last time, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You acquire a random mod from her, which is something that I didn't know, and yeah, that's it, pretty much it. This mission originally was given to you by Still Meridian, so you can actually see here Still Meridian telling you a job well done. So this was back within the Rathuum event when Kela the Thaym was actually first announced. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Once you've beat the boss, you just sprint here to the exit. The exit is usually always close by, so yeah, I'm just here waiting for the exit, and your mission complete. Every time you complete the mission, you have a random chance of acquiring a siren part, a mod, a specific mod, um, which I didn't know. I guess it's a mod that you can't really acquire anywhere else. And yeah, this is pretty much it. So yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting and I don't know, informative. And yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching once more, and I'll see you in my next video.